Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith and I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. The weather here is raining. It comes and goes, so you may hear some rain on my worktop roof, so my apologies for that. Thank you for all your wonderful messages as well, guys. Keep them coming. I really do appreciate them. I feel like it's got to the point where I feel like I'm talking to my family around the world. It's a fabulous feeling. So I went to my sister's last night and she was having a clear out, getting rid of some of her household things. And she sent me a photograph asking if I would like a certain item. When I saw it, oh my good gracious me, guys, I was in no doubt and I just said, of course, it is lovely. And the item that my sister, when I went last night, had given me was this beautiful candlestick holder. Now it is very heavy. It's like a rose gold sort of brass look, mixture of both, I think. But it is glorious. I love it. And I said to her, well, I'm going to do a video with it tomorrow. So, excuse me. So I am looking forward to creating an autumnal video or an autumnal arrangement with the candlestick holder. I have got out 3 candles to place in. Doesn't that look glorious? Can you imagine that on an autumn night, on your dinner table, eating your, in the evening, cozy fire going with the candles. Oh, candlelit dinner, how romantic. Oh. So we'll place those in at the end. But what I'm going to do, now I buy blocks of foam, the small blocks, or the regular size blocks, but I also buy a big block, what's about nearly 3 foot wide and about a foot high, and it's just one solid block. And the reason I buy those as well is for when I'm doing for customers or for like these videos, any arrangements where I need the foam to be bigger, then I use the bigger block and you cut out what you need. So the container, I'm going to place the candlestick holder inside a container, so then you can take it out at your leisure if you wish to change your decor. So I've got the same colour container, and I grab the piece of foam, place the container on top, cut around it. Then once I've done that, place the candlestick, and with the base of it, place that on the foam and cut in the center, cut around that and cut a hole out, and then placed wreath wrap around my foam. And then I placed it inside the container, and I just used, I didn't glue it in, again, in case you want to change your decor. So I just used some pot tape, we call it, or floral tape, to hold the foam down in place. And then what I'm going to do now, it may make a noise because it is quite weighty, so I'm please, oh, there you go, the candlestick in like so, and we're going to do an arrangement around here. So that is what we're going to do today, guys. So I'm looking forward to this. So to keep within a similar tone and colour of the candlestick and container, again, I'm doing an autumnal look. So I have got out some, I'm not sure what this is called, guys, so my apologies. But with it having like the brownie effect with a bit of like a reddy colour, I thought that would look pretty. Now I've got out a few of my Dusty Miller in this colour as well, which is the same texture as the well, very similar texture to the lamb's ear. So we've got that. I have got out a bit of glitter. So I have got these cut out leaves. So can you imagine the candles glowing and it's sparkling and shining on the glitter and letting it sparkle. Oh, how dreamy. So with these being like a tan colour, browny colour, a light brown, I thought we could incorporate just a bit of glitter. Now I have got out some ivy. I've cut more off a garland. I've got quite a few garlands of ivy, guys. I was stocking up for Christmas, but I do like to use it in autumn as well, or any year really. But I've cut long pieces down off, then I've chopped some down again to medium size, some smaller bits as well to maybe dot around. So I've got some of those. I was thinking of putting the longest piece and wrapping it around the candlestick stand, not all the way to the top, just under to about here. So that's where I'd like to perhaps place a piece around and wrap it around it. I've got out one stem of my shakibi spray. I thought I may cut a few pieces off and put them as a little bit of a cluster in the arrangement. I have got twiggy bits out, but I don't know if I'm going to use them. But I've got them just in case. I've got different varieties in here. So I went into my leftover bucket and I thought, let's go and have a search in there what we've got. And I found some tree pine. Now I want to use this for like when we do a wreath and I say, let's use it for the ficus for the background foliage. Well, I'm going to use this for the base foliage, for the florals to sit above. I have got out the autumnal grass again. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. We'll see as we go along if it's needed. In my leftover bucket as well, I found some bits of cork oak that I placed on single picks, some birch that I placed on single picks. I've got a bit of a tint of brown in them, and also some ruscus on single picks as well. So I thought, let's see if we can incorporate those. I have got out some astilbe. With us having the candles in this colour, I've brought out the astilbe for the rough texture as well, to just lift the colours as well and give that a bit of light tone. I have got out the blossom where it's got this lovely, like a corally pink colour and ivory, cream with the twiggy stems. I thought we may incorporate some of those. And I've also got these out, what I had the other day. Now I brought all of these out and I may incorporate some of each colour, or because I've got three colours here, I've got the orangey colour, then I've got the cream, and then I've got white. So I may incorporate bits of each. And then I went into a bucket to look for a bigger flower head, and I came across the last few I've got in the bucket of these clematis, and I thought they look really pretty colour and would look lovely with the blossom and sit within. And I've only got two of these, guys. I thought I had three, but I've only got two. So we will incorporate them somehow, but they are Christmas ornaments or baubles. So I've just placed picks in, but they are of pine cones. So I thought we could incorporate those. And last of all, for the woody effect, of course, one of my favourites, the lotus heads or pods. So for the woody effect as well, so we've got those. So that's what we're going to use today, guys. Now I'm gonna have to throughout, I want to check my camera because of what's been happening with it's just stopping recording. My son's had a look at it today. He's changed something on it. He says, I think that may work. He says you'll just have to go with it and let's see. If not, I will go back to where I got the phone from and I will ask them about it. So you may see me getting up a couple of times. Right, so let's just bring the camera down and let's start. So I need to get into the bottom of it, guys. So I'll put it there, but when I place in the candles, I will lift it a little slightly. So I don't want to go too close to where you can't see the candlestick either. Right. I was actually with these wanting to bring them out a little so it looks, so it's elongated either end a little bit, with this being quite big. But I just want to place in our base foliage. And let's see what we've got in here, because these have been in my oddments or my leftover bucket. So what I'm going to do with these, with the candlestick being, it's going to be in this position, I'm going to elongate it this way, not vertical, so it will be horizontal. So I will do that. I was going to do a wreath, but when I got this off my sister last night, I was too excited to do the wreath. I was too excited to do this, so I changed my mind. I usually know what I'm going to do the day before. So with it being a round container, and I'm trying to mimic the arrangement lengthways, so I will bring some things up so they're not as long, because these are my longest foliage, and I'm creating my boundary. How many have I got of those? Quite a few single ones. I'm just going to say and with these tree pine, they are some of them different tones of green. Let's push it down a little bit more. And I'm going to bring one in here as well. So I'm going either side of the one in the longest one. I'm just going down, straight down, and then bringing it, bending it over. As you can see. These will get flattened down once things start going on top. Now the shorter pieces, I'm just going to bring around the edge. I do want to create that sort of effect, like a diamond shape. So you, oops, so you've got like the diamond shape there. Oh gosh. And then I'm just going to place them in one either side of these smaller pieces as well. And then bend them over. So I'm not going to place any more in. I'll put that on the floor. So that is our like base foliage. Excuse me. Now, before I started, I chopped a few down. I tried to prepare. I do like to prepare before I start to do the arrangements. So again, I want 2 longer pieces either side. Let me cut that plastic off. So I'm going to go center on this side and elongate this end. And then I'll do the opposite. And go this side. So you've got it, so this is going to spread across any table. Let's see. I may cut this one down. And put one either side of the longer piece. Again, I'm making these pieces shorter. These are our length. Oops. And then do one. There as well. Do the same with this one. So we've got those. I may have to keep taking the candlestick out, or I may just keep it out for now. So we've got it, that's how it looks if I place it in a vertical position. and that's how it is if you place it in the horizontal position. So I'm going to cut this one up as well. Put something on there. So we're going to need them this way, side and at the top and the bottom as well. I'm going to chop this one down also. Do I chop it? I'm going to chop it really tiny. And then I'm going to place one here. And then I'll do the same with this one. It doesn't matter if one's got less foliage on than the other. I want to keep it where it's natural. Some stems do have more than the others on. So we've got those added in. I'm not going to place any more in. Right, let me just come and check the video. I just want to pop my head. Yeah, it's still growing. So let's get the ivy. I'm going for these stems to start with that are long. Place that there. Now I'm going to keep this one because I'm going to wrap that one around the candlestick, so we'll keep this one aside. Want to keep it so it's not going to go too long, so I'm going to pull the leaf off of that and that one. I can place those on picks. And I'm going to do the same with this. In the center, let's make sure we get it right in the center. Bend it over so it's going lengthways. Bend that one also to join up. Oh, let me not forget my drink. Now I've cut down some smaller pieces. And the reason I cut these down smaller is because I knew it, with it being a round shape container, I didn't want them coming right out and making the arrangement a circular arrangement. So I cut them down, and I'm just going to place some in, bend it over. My glue's stringy today. I hope you've all got better weather than we've got. But again, I don't mind today because it's been so hot and where we couldn't barely breathe because of the humidity. It's cooled it down, which I'm quite thankful about. But then again, that is the English weather. We are used to that. Bend that one as well. So I've got ivy in, I've got these few, so I'll just place those there in case we may need them. So let's just have a quick look at our grass. I think they would look actually quite nice. I don't want to go too much with this grass. Cut the stems shorter. Again, as we're building up above, the stems are getting shorter. They're not going to stay as long as the tree pine and this brown foliage because that is the longest part. So I am keeping the stems much shorter. So I'm staggering it upwards. So I'll place two either side of the longest foliage. And I'll do that on the opposite side as well. And you'll notice that I'm going vertical with my stems because it's not very thick, the foam. Unless I cut them really short, if I place them in as they are, then I will go through the inside. So I am cutting them, placing them in vertical, then bending them over. I don't really think I may not need them around the side. We'll just have a look. I could place one either side at the top and the bottom. These are push-ups, so, and I'm going to cut these stems on here much shorter. Because I don't want them sticking too far out. So with these I'll go in the center and then just bend the main stem over. Bring some of the other the foliage through. Maybe a little bit more. There. So we don't need no more grass. Let's have a look. Right, we've got our ruscus and our cork. Oh gosh, one moment guys, I wasn't expecting a delivery or anything. Sorry about that guys. Let's just make sure you can see. So at the moment it does look quite dark, but as soon as we start getting the floral in, it will lift the dark tones. So I'm going to incorporate a bit of lighter foliage as well to lift it. So try to incorporate some of that. I don't think I'm going to place that there. I may just place these around. So these will give that little lifting colour. I'll just place in one more. That may not sit right there. So I've just placed in a lighter colour foliage just to lift, excuse me, lift the dark green foliage. And again, it's the same with the birch as well. But before we carry on, because I may not use everything, I want to place in some Dusty Miller. Now, do I just put the odd one under the bottom to give colour around the edge? Just start with these. Right, that one's quite a big one, so I may just use these with this 2 on. Yeah, I'm going to start with, I may bring some at some point up above. I'm going to place some around the edge at the bottom. So let's just cut these all at the same length. Right, so what I'm going to do is under the tree pine here, I'm placing one, then I'm going opposite and placing another one in under the tree pine over this side. Let's just see. Now that one's just popped through, so let's cut that off. Oops. There we go. And then I'm going to place one here and one here diagonally. So we'll go under, place that there. So I'm going to need another one. There's one. Pull it off. So then I'm going to go this side and I'm going to go under and place one. Let me just cut that a little bit shorter, guys. It's going through. So we'll place that there and do the same opposite that one as well. So we've got along the bottom a little bit of colour from the Dusty Miller. And again, I may bring, you know, the odd one up at the top. So I'll leave those out. Right, I'm going to add in some of our ruscus. For the movement. So I'm going to go opposite to where I've just placed this one. So I'm just basically adding different textures and tones of foliage to start with. To build up that volume and that fullness around the bottom. As well. Do I? No, I'm not going to bring any more in again just yet. We may, if I feel as we go along, need to add in some. Right, do I add in? You see, I do like these. It makes me wonder whether I should bring one underneath. I think by bringing a full one on top, it's hiding everything that's underneath. So let's place one. Just manipulate the stem as well a little, give it a bit of movement. So I'm going to go on where the longest side is again, or the longest length. Use that at the bottom. The leaves, some leaves when you do get them are attached to the centre stem. So just pop them and pull them and they do just open up then. So we'll go under here. Give that some glitter under there. I may I'm going to bring some smaller ones up above just to give some of again that glitter up above. Now you can't put these on picks, you can't pull them off singular because there's no way, I don't think, no, there's no way to get them off. So I wonder if I should take that out and place that like that with the double instead, and just bend it so it's got the double there. And then do that on this side as well. I may take the top one off of that and just place those there. Again, I'm creating volume. I want that full look. So we've got those on the inside. I'm not going to use any more. And the two main ones on the bottom. So we've got a little bit of a sparkle there. So before we go any further, I'm going to want to just add in some of our floral. Let's just see what it's like with the candlestick. So I need to make sure I don't go too high and cover the candlestick holder. Where's the ivy? I'm wanting to sort of wrap it, I think. Let's have a look. Don't know, that looks a bit too much ivy on. I think if I took one of these off, because it's got two sets on the main stem, two sprigs coming off. So it's not as bushy. And I'd place it in and then just bring it around and bend it in place. I think that's how we do it. Doesn't really look much that side. Yes, I'll bring that there. I'll figure that one out. So we're going to again get some of our floral in. And I'm going to bring that one so it's coming out from the side there. And then we'll do this side. There as well. I'm going to place these on picks. If I can get these ones off. Some have got lots of glue on them at the top. So I'll just take a bit of it off to see if we can. There we go. That one's the same. So I've just taken the glue what's come on the flowers when they were purchased. I'm pulling it off because it's holding it in. If I can. Oh no, that one's come off inside. There we go. We'll start with that. Right, so we've got those on picks. And I want to bring some around the bottom. Even though we've got some on top, I want to bring some just underneath as well, to bring the floral down. So we're going to do, oops, I've got glue on me. We're going to do that. So I brought it slightly in. That one's going out more. I've brought that one slightly inwards a bit. So I'm going both sides. So as you can see, I've gone both sides of this one. To create that triangular position. We may as well use them all. I will save this, so if I've got any heads of flowers, I can place them on to those. What I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to bring right underneath this one what's on the side, so it's going to be virtually directly under it, but at the bottom. Right, let me cut the stem a little bit shorter, I don't want it protruding out too far. So that's what we've got with those. I think I don't know whether to have these coming out. We'll see. Let's get some of our blossom. Now, before I started, I placed a few on single picks because I didn't want the big cluster, because when I placed some where they've got a 3 on and then some where they're on single, because the stems are like that, so I didn't want that big cluster in, you know, one area, so I brought them down onto single picks. So there's the 4 I did. So I'm going to I think with the, maybe, let's just have a look. Yeah, with the cluster, the ones where they've got the most on, I'm going to bring those underneath, and the smaller ones I'm going to dot around on top. So let's do that. So what I'm doing, where you see this one, I'm bringing one either side here. If I feel I want some on the longer sides, I will incorporate some more on there too. So I'm trying to incorporate a lot of floral around the bottom, and the reason I'm doing that is when you're sat down eating your dinner, you don't just see foliage at the bottom. So I'm bringing floral down there as well. This one that's just popped off. So we'll cut these 4 as well. So where I've got these 2 either side here, I'm going to bring a bit of one up here on this side and do it exactly the same on the opposite side also. Like that. So we'll put the rubber band on those. Again, I may incorporate a few more. We'll see as we go along. I just want to make sure I get a bit of each element in. I'm not sure about the twiggy bits. I don't know, they do look quite nice. Yeah, I may put those in. Right, now with the shakibi, I'm going to cut this down. And I'm going to look where it's best to cut it. So when you get something like this, you look where you can make a stem from it. I mean, those 2 leaves are quite close together. I'm thinking got a little bit of a stem, one maybe longer than other, but that's okay. Again, we want to try and mimic a natural look. There. So what I want to do with these, I do want to bring these on the inside, because obviously it's quite, everything's been volumized on the side and it's coming up and out. So I need something on the inside to keep it at the one level. And you'll see what I mean. Because if I can't take it out at the moment. Let me just wipe that glue back off. To show you what I mean. It's got like a dip in the centre. It's all down here, then it comes up and over. Now I'm wanting to balance that out so it's not got a dip. I don't want the dip, so I'm bringing some foliage in like this to lift it around the edge on the inside. And I'm just placing it in vertical. So we're basically flattening it out up here. Let's get another. That's quite big, so I may use this one. Right, so as you can see now, I've flattened it out a little bit more. So we will be bringing in floral around here. I don't want to go any higher really than that because I don't want to hide the candlestick. I don't think we may need the ivy around here because of all this here. I don't know if we should. No, that'll spoil it. So let's just bring in our astilbe. And again, this will now start bringing it alive. So I'm going to be bringing one here because this is our longest side. So I'm going either side with the astilbe. Just bring that lighter tone. Do the same on this side as well. So what I do one side, I'm with the floral, I'm doing the opposite. I'm bending them over so it doesn't, you know, stand up like that. I don't want it upright like that, so again I'm bending them over. Let's bring that underneath there. And I'm going to bring some, let me grab 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Is the video still going? Yeah. Right, I've got 3 more. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. So I've got 5. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to now bring 2 on the longest ends and bring those further out. So we've got a bit of that lighter tone being brought out to the sides as well, and on the bottom again bring it out at the bottom as well, like that. I'm just going to use 2 more, and I'm going to go either side of here and bring them at the bottom also. But again, I don't want these sticking out as much as these sides because these are the longest side. So bring one out. bottom. So as you can see, it's at the bottom down here. As well. So now we've got the still bit in. I don't want that piece. Let's have a look. I just don't know what to do with those. I may just sit those in there on the longer sides. Just have those. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to stick those underneath. I don't want them on the top. So we'll do the same and just go in between some of the foliage. And have those just popping out from the side as well. So you've got those two in. Right, twiggy bits. Now I have got all different sizes, quite a few varieties. Do I use the smaller ones up here? You can't really see those green ones. So let's take the green out. I think I need to just have a look what we've got. Do I have any on the bottom? We may actually have two long pieces on the bottom. So I may mix them up with the twiggy bits with the different textures. Have we got any more? Oops, I've dropped one in here. Right, so what I'm going to do, just bring these one twiggy bits, this type, right under the bottom as well. Just let those hang there. I can just move that one. I'll use the, how many have I got? The smaller ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to use these ones instead of the bigger ones. These finer ones. I'm just going to place those in and around. Just for a little different texture. bend that one slightly over. So I've got 2 left. Maybe bring these a bit more inwards. Let's see whether let's just have a look what it looks like with the candlesticks, guys. Oh yes, without the candlesticks it looks like it's getting shorter and shorter, but once you place in your candlesticks it just elongates that look, you know, that height. So we're not going to place any more of these in. Oh, sorry guys, I'm just getting them together so they don't fall everywhere. Let's place the band over them. Place those there. Right. Now I don't think I need, oh, I don't know. We're nearly finished. Dusty Miller. I just wanted to check the Dusty Miller. Oh, you see, that looks really pretty. Let's have a look at these little pieces. What can we get off of these if they're 1 or 2 leaves? That's a double. That's a double. So we'll take that one and we'll take that one. So we don't need any more of those either now. So what I'm going to do with the Dusty Miller, because I've had it along the bottom, and again, I'm a true believer of bringing things, what's on top down the bottom and what's down the bottom back up on top. So I'm going to see what, these are longer. I've got 2 that are longer. Now, I don't know if you spotted it. I'll show you where I've spotted it. Right here. There's nothing, no colour. It's just green. And it's the same right opposite. So I was thinking with the bigger ones, bring the Dusty Miller in there. If I just place them and just bring that colour, and then the smaller ones, because there is colour here, bring those opposite each other. Let me stand above that and just have a look, because I don't want it to be too big. I can countersink the bigger ones. Oops. So I may do that. So I'll cut the stems on those shorter. But there's just no colour here. So I'll bring those down a little bit so they're not sticking out like this is laid on top. We'll bring them in with the foliage. So you'll see what I mean. Put it down as a bit of depth so it mixes up with the foliage there. Now, because there is this colour underneath here, I won't sink these as deep, I don't think. Let's have a look as we go down. Yeah, that's all they need. They don't really need to be any lower. It's just because of all the shakibi spray, which is quite dark. There's not really much colour with them. So we've got those in. What do I think about? I will bring these around the sides. I don't think I want them on top, because I think by placing them on top, actually I don't know. Right, let's look at some of these wildflower. Now, if I'm being honest, I think I just need one colour in, and I don't want the orangey colour. I think I need a light colour, because it is all quite this tone, the rose gold tone. So I want to bring in a lighter colour again, just to give it a little pop. I don't want to place in too many. Let's look for the white ones. Let's just grab another stem. So we've got, there's some ornaments here too. I keep finding ornaments. So we've got the white out instead of any other colour. I'm just looking for the ones that are around the same length. That's those. So with these, I'm going to join these in on the length either side as well. So just let them, you know, droop freely, however they fall. They'll go above. We'll let those sit free. I will bring some of these on top also, but I'm just going to go around the side with these to start with at the bottom. I think that may be a bit too long, so I may have to place these on picks. Again, as I'm going around here from this area, I want them smaller. I don't want them as long. Again, to bring a bit of that floral down to the bottom. Right. I dropped two earlier on, so this. That's one. Got a blue string following me. Bring those there. Let me just place the pick on. Got another flower that's popped off. So as you can see, I'm placing them along the bottom. You may not be able to see them as much. That's not my aim. It's just for like when you're sitting down at the table and you can see some floral, as I explained earlier, where you can see some floral at the bottom. We're bringing what's at the bottom to the top. Again. These come off really easy. Yes, I think one here. So then we'll put this one on. Under here as well. Let me just, yeah, it's still recording, fingers crossed. Now I'm going to bring the odd one. Is that the same colour? No. Let's use this one. It's been chopped out. So I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll save that stem as well. And I'm going to bring some up just on the top. Not too many. Make it look quite minimal with them. Like they're just dotting around. And we're just going to bring these where these green shakibi leaves are to add some colour to the shakibi leaves, lighter tone. Oops, daisy. So what I'm going to do is go in between the shakibi leaves, and I'm going to push them down as depth, and then just have them just sitting within. Like so. Let's bring that like that. So we've just got a little bit of white floral up above, so the shakibi is not just the green foliage. So I don't need any more of those. What have I got here? I think, if I'm being honest, I think we need something else up here of colour. You know, because there is a lot of green up above, that would look nice. Just the odd one probably up above, but I think they will look better around the edge. So do I place in the rest of those? Yeah, I think so, or two. Let's just cut it down a moment. And see. I don't want it to look no, that looks a bit too much with them being double. What can we use, guys? Do we add something with a little bit of glitter, or do I don't really want to be adding anything different. The thing with those is you'll have to place those on picks. So let's think. I mean, while we're thinking, again, that's greenery. I wouldn't want, if I place this in, I wouldn't want too much of it. I may just have it in the middle, like I've just placed in the wildflower. And when because I still feel there's something needed around here, so I'll just place it in as depth, and because it's lighter in colour in the tone, it does bounce off of the dark shakibi. And we're going to pushing it right in. Let's get these flowers back out. I'm only going to place 3 in. just to lighten it up. So let me just stick in those and have a look. Doesn't that look pretty? You see, I have got some Christmas ornaments. I did get these out. I could place a couple of those, but some of those on top again to add in a bit more interest, because they don't look out of place. Let me just grab another few. I only want 3. So I'll place one there, and then actually I probably want 4. Or do I just stick with 3? I'll probably have to get another one. Sorry guys, because I think that it may play on my mind if I don't, as if I've got any more left. Oh, I do have those as well. I've got the smaller ones. Where's the other one gone? Sorry guys, it's just that I've got a box full of Christmas ornaments and excuse me, no, it is full. Let me just grab 2 of those instead. If I can get, oh, they're tangled around. Let me just grab those. I've got these smaller ones as well. I could pop 2 of the bigger ones here and then 2 of the smaller ones here instead. So what I do when I attach picks, I cut off the cord that comes with it. And then I get picks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just put a bit of glue on my pick, and through this bottom here, I just place that there. And then I just wipe the glue around, and that's all there is to do. I used to at one stage when I first did it years ago, I used to take this gold little cap off at the end, and I'd have to place a lot of glue on until I realised I could keep the cap on. I don't know, it took me a while to before it clicked, and I thought, why am I taking the cap off? There's a hole in it. I can place the pick through there. Plus it's a smaller hole, so I don't have to put lots and lots of glue on. So now we've got those. I think I'm going to push them in a little bit. I don't think I want them sticking too far out because of the candlestick. We don't want to hide our candlestick. And I guess if you wish, you could leave this out for Christmas as well, with it having the Christmas ornaments in. You could leave from autumn to Christmas. Right. I'm going to place these along the bottom. They do look nice on the top, but it's getting too full here. So I think we're going to leave that as it is. Yeah, it's just going to get too full. So we're going to bring this again under the longest part at the bottom. Oops. Bring that there. Part them like that. Then I'm going to bring one at the bottom here. And then we'll bring one I can't get it over. There we go. Just down there as well. I do have one left. I'm not going to use that one. Now do I just wrap a little bit of the ivy around, going vertical. I really need to just and do it on this side as well. And I'm not going to attach these onto anything, I don't think. I just want to see if they'll stay in position. I'll bend the wire of them to hold them in place like so. We'll do the same with this. I could pop that through there. Yeah, I'm going to keep that like that. adds a little bit extra. So I'm not going to use anything else. I'm going to leave it like that to keep it relatively as it is. Just I'm going to fluff up bits because I don't want it looking like it's been compressed. So we're going to just give it a bit of movement. Just fluffing it up. With things like this, I just do this and bring them towards the centre, just so it's got a little bit more movement. Let's position that in the correct place. Seems to have gone off a bit. And so does that. I wonder if I can just push that one in. Oh gosh, I did. Bring that underneath. There. So I'm going to leave it as it is. And again, it could be used for an autumn and even going into a winter arrangement as well. Sit those properly. So I hope that was something different, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. Thanks to my sister. So I think if you wanted to do it, if you've got different coloured candlesticks, maybe white or, you know, black or even similar colour to what I've got, or the brass ones or wooden ones, you know, whatever colour the candlesticks are, try and incorporate that within your floral choice of colour as well, so they all become like a marriage made in heaven. So if you had a grey candlestick, even if it's just a single one, then incorporate tones. I know you could go for grey floral, but you could also place pink with grey, because pink and grey go beautiful together, or white, or lilac colours. Hi hon.
Hello.
You could do, you know, place those in, or sage green would look lovely with the grey. I've done that before. Or if you had white, well, white or black candlestick holders, or anything really, containers, you know, it's a colour that everything goes with, and it would look lovely no matter what colour choice. But something, you know, along the lines of this, the brassy colour, then I suggest, you know, stick with either pastel pinks, you know, rose gold colours, you know, browns, and, you know, sort of brown tones, a little bit of coral as well, that would fit, that fits in lovely with it, and a few bits of pink tones as well added, like we've got the Dusty Miller, which is pink, which goes lovely, you know, alongside the candlesticks. So that is a nice long, you're looking, guys, if I put it from longest tip to here, let me just measure. So you're looking about 30 inches long horizontally. if you go vertical, you are looking from the longest point, you're probably looking about 19-20 inches. So I hope you enjoyed that, and it, you know, it will give you some inspiration to, if you've got a candlestick, what to do for it, whether it be an autumn arrangement, or, you know, elongate it, or just a small one where you're just going around the bottom of the base of the candlestick, making it small or compact, or again, like I've done, long. For a dining room table, that's probably quite long, and it would sit perfect, you know, on there, and especially with these being tall with the candles in as well, it really does add to it. So let me just bring that up. I don't know what my son's done, but it doesn't look as focused anymore. Doesn't look as sharp as it was before. I think he must have took the Ultra HD off. So, and again from this side, it just looks as pretty. And don't you think that with that little bit of ivy across it, looks quite nice? So I haven't made it so it sits flush to the table, and the reason, sometimes I do, but on the reason I wanted to do it like this for you is basically so it gives you a, you know, an idea on how to create an arrangement where your floral's not touching the surface, because if it's on a dinner table, and maybe, you know, if there's children around, grandkids, you know, who are messy eaters. My kids used to be really messy eaters, and the food went along the table and could maybe go underneath the arrangement if it was flat on the surface. So I've left it lifted up, so if food, well, majority of it, I think there's odd bits that's touching the surface, but if food did go under or any spillages, then it's not going to damage the floral or foliage. So again, if you wanted it flat, you would just bring it down further and place in your stems slightly at a horizontal angle, vertical, oh gosh, diagonal angle, so they will then just droop down. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I hope it's you like the colour. Again, it's different, I guess. I don't do many rose gold arrangements, because people have the choice of colours, especially in autumn, and they want reds and yellows, majority, and oranges. But to do something like this, like pastel with a bit of coral in it and things, a tiny bit of glitter, I think that it looks, I don't like to big myself up, guys, but I feel it's quite calming colour, and it's a relaxing colour, and I think, I don't know, it just gives me that feeling that it, you know, it would sit really pretty on your table with it being these colours. And I guess you could enjoy your meal and chill out, as we say, and relax with such a calming arrangement. That's if you think it's calming. But anyway, give it a go, guys. If you've got a candlestick of any colour, if it's just a single one, a double one, or a triple one like this, you know, give it a little go. Whatever colour, again, incorporate the colours of your candlestick into your floral, and maybe some foliage if you've got the foliage in that colour. Add a bit of decor, you know, a bit of decoration like these Christmas ornaments, the baubles, bit of glitter, just to, you know, lift it a bit. And also add in some lighter tones if you've got a lot of dark tones in, you know, with your greenery, and the colour choice you're going like with reds or burnt orange, things like that. Just add in a lighter tone, just so then the deep colours that you're using will bounce off of that light colour of floral or foliage that you may use. So again, have fun, enjoy it. And if you don't like what you've done, and I say this to a lot of people who I've taught, if you don't like what you've done, there's nothing wrong in taking it apart. Go and have a cup of tea and come back to it when you're ready, and you'll more than likely come back to it with a fresher mind, and you'll just start placing them in and you'll be happy. Well, you know, the second time you've done it. I do it myself, guys. You know, I'm just like you. I may be a professional florist, but I make mistakes. So sometimes I've made them for a customer and I've started it and I've gone so far and I don't like it. I don't like it. And I've taken it apart. Especially the customers who say, I'll leave you to do it. You know, you use your imagination. Whatever you do, you know, I'm happy. And then when I've started it, no. So I've taken it all apart and placed all the floral or foliage on new stems and gone away, had half an hour away, come back, started it again. So we'll do it, guys. It's part of a learning curve. So have fun. Do something like this. Put it on your dining room table in the, you know, autumn, in the evenings. Light the candles. Sit with your loved one or your families and have a nice romantic meal. So please subscribe, share and like. You know, to everybody you know, guys, just bring them along. Come and have a look what different ideas can be created and which may inspire those to have a go in your colour choice or their colour choice, and create something absolutely beautiful. So take care, have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here again tomorrow, and hopefully the video stays good. So again, thank you for watching, guys. I know I can go on and I waffle, as I say, but honestly, I've got that much in my head I'd like to say. You know, I have to try and minimalize what I say so I don't sit there and bore you. But thank you again for your wonderful comments. Keep them coming, and I hope that you carry on watching my videos. So have a wonderful day. God bless, good health, and bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, let's see. Let's get this on. So there's a lovely candlestick. Isn't that a lovely colour? With our 3 candles in, and our ivy, our shakibi leaf or spray, our little wildflowers, one of our Christmas ornaments here, and then the little ones here, and then we've got the pine cone ones there as well. We've got our astilbe, our lotus head, our little blossoms with a lovely little colour, and then our foliage. I'm not sure what that is, guys, but isn't it pretty? Our clematis, our lovely dusty miller, and some of our cut out leaves with glitter, and a bit of birch as well placed in there, our tree pine and our ruscus. What else did we place in, guys? I always feel I've missed something. Anyway, if I've forgotten something, my apologies, but I hope you like that, guys. And it's made it, you know, longer, and it fits in lovely with the height of the candlesticks, and it would look lovely on your table. So give it a go, guys, and enjoy. So take care. Bye for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.